It is still Rodney Parade as it has been for a very long time. But in the 2 and a bit months that the Welsh Rugby Union has been in control of the Dragons, there have been many changes, and this pitch would be the most obvious. Now though, there are changes behind the scenes. The Dragons have a new chairman, and his name is David Buttress. He's local, from just up the road, which is where we went to meet him. This is a matter of welcome home, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so, Eddie. Yeah, this is where I spent the first sort of 18 years of my life, and played rugby, went to school, and was ball boy at Pontypool Park. So yeah, this is definitely home, and all my family, in fact, still live here. So yeah, definitely, it always has been, always will be home. Did my A-levels and went off to university in London and played university rugby then. Gentler compared to playing local derbies up at Pontypool.
And at the same time, you were forging a food empire.
Yeah, so when I was 28, 29, I always wanted to start my own thing, just never had the means, frankly. And then 28, 29, Just Eat came along as an idea with me and a partner, and we got building. It was 2005, 2006, we gave up our jobs and we started building Just Eat and got to work.
You've made some money.
Yeah, just a little bit.
What am I going to do next in life? How high on that list was, well, I tell you what, I'll go and take the Dragons on.
Yeah, actually, it might sound perverse, but actually reasonably high, because rugby has been a massive part of my life. I mean, as a child, my grandfather was heavily involved in rugby in this area with Pontypool as a treasurer. When I started talking to Martin at the WRU and thought about the opportunity that I think exists in this area. I like building things, I always love building things, so I thought, why not? Why not give it a go? I think outside of Newport, the Dragons didn't emotionally connect. And I talk about my family, my granddad, they're all rugby fans, they barely went to the Dragons. My granddad was still taking the bus to Pontypool to watch a game. And I asked him about it, and he didn't feel emotionally connected to the Dragons. And so for me, that's the starting point. Any great sporting club at a local level needs to connect to the community. It's not that complicated. We need to create that connection at more than just a Newport level. It needs to be everywhere. It needs to be Gwent's team. It needs to feel like Gwent's team, act like Gwent's team, and there's lots we can do to make sure that happens. And I think that's the bit that probably got missed the last few years.
So the first thing to say, it's a very important decision. So David's going to be critical, obviously, now for the future of the Dragons, so not something either of us have rushed into. And the Welsh Rugby Union's ambition is not to try and run Dragons. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to serve 300 clubs, we're here to serve 4 regions. So we have been very involved in the last sort of 2 months, purely with the intention of trying to breathe some life into the operation here and get it moving for the clubs in this area. So, you know, David's more than able to run this. The team and I now can back off a little and let these guys get on and run it, which is what the model is.
I think we can make change in months, actually, and really drive some improvement, but overall it's going to take years to build it up. But I think we'll be in a very different place in 2 or 3 seasons' time. I'm very confident of that.